This is the plaintiff, Richard Crespo. He says he rented an apartment from the defendant, and once he and his wife moved in, the boiler broke. They were without heat or hot water for 1 month, and the temperature in the apartment was 19 degrees. They were incredibly inconvenienced, couldn't cook or shower, and he's seeking the reimbursement of 1 month's rent plus money for hardship for a total of $2,500. This is the defendant, Helen Theodore. She says she immediately called for the boiler repair, as any good landlord would do. The technician was dispatched immediately, and the parts were ordered to repair the boiler. She told the plaintiff to go buy some space heaters while they waited for the repair, and that she would reimburse them. She did everything in her power to fix the boiler as fast as possible. Did and owes nothing. She's accused of being cold-hearted.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff rented an apartment from the defendant, and the boiler blew, and it was just freezing out. It was 19 degrees. Now, the defendant says she jumped in the problem and even promised to reimburse them for space heaters. It's the case of boiler. He hardly knew her.
Thank you, Douglas. All right, Mr. Crespo, as I understand it, you had a malfunction of the heat and hot water in the apartment, correct?
Yes.
And on what day did that happen? December 28th?
Yes.
Okay. How did you notice that it was gone?
She has people living downstairs that takes care of the house when she goes away. Every winter, she goes away. She has people taking care of the house.
Somewhere warm?
I hope so.
Okay.
It wasn't my apartment.
Okay.
The thing is, they knocked on my door and said, Rich, the boiler's broken. I said, okay, so when is it going to get fixed? We're going to speak to Helen about that. I said, okay, let me know. 1 week went by, another week. Yes, then 2 weeks. Now,
Wait, hold on. We're talking about December 28th, and you guys are where? In the Bronx?
Yes.
And it was a particularly cold January.
Right next to the bridge, Throgs Neck Bridge, where the water is even colder.
Okay. And you have a kid there?
2 daughters.
Two daughters.
How old?
7 and 13.
Why'd you wait a week? Like, what did you...
I had no control over this. They kept telling me they're rich. The thing is, she bought the boiler from Sears. They're going back and forth with Sears trying to get the boiler fixed. Every time Sears came over, 3 times, they couldn't fix it. While she's going back with Sears and...
You're freezing.
I'm freezing.
Right.
And I'm paying the rent on time. Never been late on the rent as well. I've always been a loyal tenant. Never missed a rent. I mean, it's hard for me to pay $1,900 a month. It really is. Not to mention 2 daughters and 2 cars. Well, that's besides the point.
Oh, you got 2 cars, stop one.
Yes.
All right.
This would have all been avoided if she would have been here when that boiler broke, because if
she doesn't need to be here. She needs to get it taken care of.
Yes, and that's why
So how long were you without heat?
Over 30 days.
Really?
Yes.
When did the heat come back?
When she came back.
Which was when?
It was February 2nd or 3rd. If no, we have a text the day that we.
Who finally fixed the heat? Sears?
It wasn't Sears.
It wasn't Sears.
It was a different contractor.
Yeah, she had a court date to go, and she never showed up because this court date would have told her that she had to fix the boiler, but she fixed the boiler.
Wait, tell me what you're talking about.
Okay,
a court date with housing?
Yes, with housing. I took her to court for that, and she never showed up in court. Now, that day, I was also freezing because I was the first one online. So to make sure that I get a,
So you were outside?
Freezing as well.
You're like a polar bear.
Not only that, I work in a freezer as well.
No, you don't. That's not true.
Believe me. I've been doing it for 30 years. I work in Hunts Point Terminal Market. By the way, that's where your produce comes from.
Oh, my gosh.
So
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. So what did you do did you buy space heaters?
I bought 2 space heaters, and when I spoke to her, she didn't ask about my kids, about their well-being. She put my kids at risk, Your Honor. We froze.
Did you end up moving out?
I want to move out, but when I told her I wanted to move out, then she started answering my texts. Before that, she wasn't answering my phone calls or answering my texts, Your Honor.
So are you living there now?
I have to. I have nowhere to go.
Okay. So now you end up with these 2 space heaters. Do they help? I hope they help.
Well, we was all sleeping in my bedroom, my king-size bed, and it's hard sleeping with a 7-year-old and a 13-year-old when they just kicking everywhere. And it's hard to sleep with kids, They got their own rooms, but she put my kids at risk by not, because if she would have been here when the boiler broke, she would have gotten fixed.
Okay, you keep saying that, but she doesn't physically need to be here. She can be, where were you?
I was in California.
Which part of California?
San Francisco.
What happened? Because a month isn't a normal amount of time for this is an emergency. So what happened here?
In January 2nd, I got a call from Sears, and they gave me an amount of $250 to buy space heaters. And they gave me the case number, and they said, just keep the receipt.
I'm sorry, was the item under warranty?
Yeah.
Well, then why would Sears think it is an appropriate response to a lack of heat to say, get you a couple of space heaters? Sears is supposed to fix the problem. That's the warranty. So when was the first time Sears comes out?
The first time Sears come up was January 15.
Okay, that's
Because
literally
previous to
13 days later. That's 2 weeks later. That is not a warranty.
Yeah, but that is not the reason why Sears come, but I make the appointment. They don't have any skilled technician knowledgeable to fix my boiler, which is a Dunkirk boiler. It's not an ordinary boiler.
Where'd you buy the boiler?
From Sears.
Oh, well, why would they know how to fix it then? How many times did Sears come out and not fix it?
5, 6 times. It was only fixed.
I know, but here's where the problem lies. You're the landlord, and you have a legal obligation to provide heat.
Yeah.
Right. And if you don't provide it, you can work that out with Sears later where you sue Sears for not complying with the warranty. But what you don't do is leave them without heat for heat or hot water.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
What, were you taking cold showers in 19-degree weather?
Well, we had to sleep in families and friends. I had to go to the gym at 2 o'clock in the morning because I got to be at work at 5. I go to the gym to work out, not anymore, because I want to just take a shower and go to work. I gained weight because of this.
Okay, stop blaming your weight gain on your landlord. That's ridiculous.
So the defendant's waiting a month because the warranty is under Sears and Sears didn't come out. Is that unreasonable?
Absolutely. You got a warranty of habitability for any place you're renting out.
How the heck do you know that?
I'm a lawyer.
Are you really? Boy, that is a good beard. I would not have guessed that.
No, the judges seem to compliment him most of the time.
Interesting. I'm sorry, I'm really interested in that. Really? So are you a litigator?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm in court most days.
Cool. Going inside the courtroom.
I keep calling Sears every day, but then they make the appointment, they cancel it.
Oh, that's terrible.
There's no technician coming, so they made a contract with another company. The company technician came there, took just pictures, but did not do anything because what they said was that we cannot fix this because, first of all, you are in warranty. You're under protection agreement with Sears. And if we fix this, there is more problem. So just wait for Sears. So I keep calling.
But that's ridiculous. So you can hire somebody to fix the problem.
So
you can. There's no impediment to hire. It costs you more because the other person's going to charge you. Then you have to chase Sears and say you didn't comply with the warranty. But the position you can't be in is to leave people without heat or hot water for 30 days in January in the Bronx, in one of the coldest Januaries in record history.
Yes. And space heaters were provided.
They went out and bought them.
Because they didn't wait for the space heaters that I asked them to buy.
Was it warm in San Francisco
2nd.
for you? What was the temperature in San Francisco during January?
I didn't know. I didn't notice. January 2nd, I called them up. Buy space heaters. Space heaters will be provided.
Why didn't you put them up in a hotel while you were having all these problems with Sears? Put your hand down. I've done this without you my whole life. Why didn't you just put them up in a hotel? That would cost you money.
That he proposed that he would stay
put them in a hotel where there's heat. Right.
Yeah, he proposed, but he did not. He proposed.
Do you know how much more a hotel would cost you?
It is here in the.
Did you say yes? Go to a hotel. I'll pay for it.
Yes, you may go as you think so.
Oh, but were you going to pay for it? Show me your text. You keep putting up your phone. Show it to me. What happened with the text?
Okay, Your Honor, I did propose it. She never answered me back on that text. Can you please put me up in a hotel with my family, please? She never asked. I tried to call her. She didn't pick up the phone. And I'm telling my little 7-year-old was asking my wife, Mommy, why is the AC on? This is my little 7-year-old, Your Honor.
There.
Right.
There.
Yes. Starts where he's suggesting.
You should pay for a hotel for me and my family and stop worrying about money. Think about my daughters, all caps. And it's 18 degrees. That means it's about 20 degrees in the apartment. How would you feel if I were the owner and you were the tenant? You don't answer me. Why? You know why? Because you don't care. You got 2 space heaters or 3. Well, if you can't stand coldness in spite of space heaters provided, which Sears permitted, oh, that's big as Sears. I bet Sears is warm and toasty.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
It is up to you what you are thinking.
That was her.
Stop. How is that? Yes, I'll put you up in a hotel. My kids are freezing. Hello? Anyone there? The 19th, no response. The 21st. January 20th, still no heat or hot water. How does that make you feel? Please tell me, do you even care? And your answer, this is what I want to talk about, is I am doing everything I can. But you're not. Because what you needed to do was shell out some money. No, not a month later. You needed to be on it because you have a requirement under the law to provide heat. You needed to be on it and fix it. On it and fix it means you call Sears, they don't come out for 2 weeks. You say, you know what, that's not a warranty. You hang up, you pay somebody a couple $1,000s to fix a problem. And then you sue Sears, but that's more trouble for you. You know what's not trouble for you? 19 degrees in the house for them. That's trouble for them. That's not trouble for you, okay? And then it ends up finally getting fixed by who? By Sears or by someone else?
By Sears.
And that's when? February what?
January 30.
When did it finally end up getting fixed?
About January 30th.
January 30.
Okay. I am ordering a rebate of the majority of your rent. You did have some place to live for 30 days. I can't order 100% rebate because that would imply it was unlivable, and it wasn't. There were space heaters. You were able to stay there. But I get it when you talk about how inconvenient it was. I'm ordering a rebate of $1,500 of your $1,900 rent. I am, which is to take care of your inconvenience. So you can't also sue for inconvenience. And I am ordering a rebate of the 2 $59 space heaters for a total of $1,618. Verdict for the plaintiffs, plus, of course, your court costs. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
So the plaintiff is going to get $1,600 back from the rent, Miss Theodore. You don't sound like a very good landlord from this. This doesn't make you look good. You know that?
Space heaters was not enough for them to live
Come on, they
with.
didn't have hot water. Couldn't take a shower.
Well,
It's
it's really my lookout. I can't do anything for it.
You sound like a terrible landlord. I just got to tell you that. You really do. And I don't know why you're laughing. You should be crying. All right, you must go that way. I'm telling you, that's something else. I'm sorry you couldn't get the $2,500. I think everybody would cheer if you could.
We actually had one incident real quick when my wife turned on the stove to heat up some water so we can brush our teeth.
Yeah.
My wife ran to the kitchen, turned on the stove, ran back to the room. The whole apartment filled up with gas.
Oh, my God.
It was her fault, but it could have been avoided if I had heat and hot water.
Could have been a disaster.
It could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
So.
Well, look, hey, I hope you get out of there.
Well, you know what?
we will.
Guess what? I got pre-approved, so
Okay.
I'm going for a house.
Congratulations. All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you. That's a horrible situation, Harvey.
Here's the deal. I think what the defendant should have done is gotten the heater fixed and then maybe given Sears the bill for acting too slow. Is that right there?
Sounds right to me.
No beard either.